So I call this one the Utah Angels. I just remembered. I got hypnotized to confuse the words public and private by Blondie. And the only thing you need to know about Blondie is one, he's a malignant narcissist, so all the emotionally stunted stuff. And his core emotion is envy. He's jealous of everybody. Because he's insecure and a loser and hides it behind superiority. Yada yada. You can literally read this stuff on Google. You don't have to have a big brain to figure it out. He was all about taking my sex harem, and it was kind of funny because I didn't remember having sex with the women or being president at this point because they fucked up my mind with the red and white eggs, the red and white pills, and the hypnosis and all the heavy metals just completely destroyed my brain. And I mean, it must have been funny to them, but whatever. So Blondie, he tricks me into saying I want the trial to be public, and what happens with that is they get all the women, I guess, and other people I had sex with while I was high out of my mind on Ganesh, LSD, and all the other fucking drugs you can possibly do. So I never got the subpoena. There had to have been a subpoena, I'm assuming that. I never got one. And then Blondie and the blue-eyed faggot, because Blondie's not a court guy, but he was interfering in the court, and they were telling me it was legal. And no, he's not. He's some fucking loser, okay? Whatever, man. The stupidity of the church knows no bounds. These church leaders, they could be 5-year-olds, and they would let them fucking drive tanks or launch nukes. It's mine, dude. That is stupidity at its finest. But yeah, these women, I guess, I don't know. The plan was to put me in jail. I don't know what about me going to jail was gonna fix anything or whatever. But I wasn't gonna back down on it. But then once again, my subpoena was stolen because people didn't want to be embarrassed in the legal case, and Blondie hypnotized me to say I wanted it public, but then he revealed to me his top secret evil plan was to steal my entire sex harem so I'd be jealous, but this is what happens when you're retarded. Like Blondie is. I didn't even know these women, and in order to be jealous of something, you actually have to care about it. There was another dude that called and would tell me about his obese, fat sex harem, and then the blue-eyed guy told me to tell that guy I was jealous so he would fuck off, because these guys need to know they're causing human suffering. Malignant narcissists love human suffering. They can't get enough. And Blondie was trying, and I picture him, going to town on some fat chick and being like, Bobby's so jealous, and, he doesn't actually love that woman, but in his brain, he's sticking it to me, and that's the dopamine, you know? And he's like, ah! And I'm, sitting at my house, just drawing pictures and doing what Bobby do, you know? But, yeah, he completely torpedoed that entire court, but then he was explaining to me that he got what he wanted, and the whole thing was to, I guess, the women talked to this asshole, and he told them, oh, I want to pull the perjury, what I did was terrible, ooh, and the goal was to villainize me and make me look evil. So he pretended to want to pull the perjury when he didn't actually want to pull the perjury. That's why him and the blue-eyed guy fucked me over at Papa John's instead of taking me to Utah and making me go to court. Dude, these guys hypnotized me so many fucking times with the spray, LSD, and you gotta remember, the wives abducted me and took me to be president. I didn't want to be president. I got abducted. So these dickheads could have abducted me and took me to court, and I wouldn't have had a fucking clue about what the fuck was going on, and then they could have put me in jail. Okay, that's how much fucking power Blondie has, so if he tells you, I don't have that power, he's lying. Okay? And you should slap him for lying. The problem with Blondie is nobody's ever whooped his ass. He needs an ass whooping, okay? And he'll enjoy it. Malignant narcissists are sadomasochistic, meaning they like it when you hurt him. So whooping his ass, he loves it. Whoop his ass. He could be into it. It could be his thing. Big women whooping his ass. I mean, he got a bunch of fat chicks for his harem, so I guess there's that. I remember one of the women came to my house and took my Luigi Mansion figure, but I got punched in the face by the police officer for looking at her, and then the police were making sure I couldn't look at any of the women that came in, and then later some of the wives, I guess, women I had sex with wanted to date me. I guess. I don't know. They came to Papa John's, but Blondie and the blue-eyed dickhead, they had me high on LSD. Dude, this is the shit. The belly girl, when she was using because what it is it's LSD mixed with distilled water mixed with tetraled, and they spray you in the face with it, okay? And it fucks you up. That's what it does. It fucks you up, okay? These fucking asshole, like, she told me she was gonna stop spraying me with it because it was destroying my brain. These dickheads just kept doing it and then asking me to do smart people shit while simultaneously making me stupid. That's how dumb these people are. They're just fucking dumb, okay? There's nothing smart about them. They're not superior in any way. They're just stupid, and they just, because they can't learn from past mistakes because they don't have introspective, they're just fucking relentlessly stupid, and they're mad that they're relentlessly stupid. That, or the other side of this is they didn't want me to pull the perjury or go to court in Utah. Those are your two fucking options there. And I would argue, because Blondie's only fuel, as stated, is his sex harem, and he explained to me in person, he knows he's defective. He knows he can't get a woman, so he knows he has to have them under contract, and he has to have them delivered to him because he's the ultimate incel. But he shouldn't be an incel, and they need to deliver the women to him. Because he's a loser. I mean, that's why he's eating my sloppy seconds, I'll tell you what. Like, good job, Blondie, you fucking dick. I don't know. I mean, in his brain, he's probably proud and thrilled to death. You can't reason with these idiots. They don't think. They hate thinking. Like I said, thinking's nuanced. I argue that's the whole reason they even poison their wives and kids with fucking heavy metals, is they just really hate intelligent thought that much. Anytime you think, there's something fucking wrong with you to them, because they're stupid, and they like being stupid, and they want to be in control. They're the ultimate Dunning-Kruger effect. They want to be the dumbest person in the room, but they want to be in control of everything, but they want to be the dumbest person in the room. And they want to do all the drugs. So they want to do all the drugs, they want to be the dumbest person in the room, and they want to be in control. Dude, just lay down in a ditch and do drugs, okay? That's all you gotta do. It's not hard. You'll be happy that way, trust me. Stop trying to control everything. I'm sorry you got raped in the ass. Like, fucking stupid. Anywho, fucking, yeah, so these guys were busy destroying my brain, and I remember the blue-eyed guy came to me later and was just, "You're a fucking coward." Yes, you poisoned me with aluminum, I'm a coward. I don't know how these dumb people don't understand that. Like, they seem to just do shit and then forget. Like, yes, you poisoned me with aluminum, I'm a coward. I don't know what's going on, by the way. I've completely forgotten, and they themselves don't understand that. And I remember when the wives, these girls, I never got to see these girls for real. I was hypnotized to see them as ugly, and then Blondie kept trying to set me up with the ugly wife, because he didn't want the ugly wife. He wanted my entire sex harem, but he didn't want the ugly wife. And he told me that. He was like, "I'm gonna make you take the ugly wife. I'm so smart." Blondie, where's she at? She's not fucking here. Okay? Because you failed again. Because it's your nature to fucking fail. And he said something stupid and offended the ugly wife, and she got mad. Somewhere in there I got hit with a van. I don't know why I was hit with a van, but I don't really fucking... None of this shit makes any fucking sense. And these people continuously kept destroying my brains with heavy metals. This cocksucker, these dickheads I worked with, like, they're just complete pieces of shit, and they just want to destroy, and their response to everything is to destroy. They don't build anything, they just destroy, and I don't fucking understand that logic either, personally, but, yeah. I think I remember some of the women I had sex with. I actually remember who they are, but I'm not going to list them off on this video. But, like, the other side is I'm pretty sure the church probably makes sure those women stay way the fuck away from me, and they make sure they have no contact with me. And I remember some of the other people I had sex with, regrettably. I just think about, I help these people, and their fucking payment in return was to force me to violate every value I've ever had in my entire fucking life as a thank you. But I also remember in their made-up language, words like love and compassion are not things because it's 1984. Their made-up language is a controlled language, and it's designed to make sure you don't bring up certain subjects. That way you can't talk about them. It's about control. Yes, their language subverts things like emotions and shit because, once again, these people take it in the ass mentally, physically, and emotionally. Okay. Everything's love bombing, everything's lying, everything's manipulation, and I'm sorry to the wives, but if any of you actually trust that idiot, the only thing he cares about is a sex harem and sticking it to me. That is the only thing in his mind. Even when he's plowing you, he's thinking of me, okay? I thank you for the energy, brother. Just thinking about me gives me power, so whatever, man. I don't really, and now that I think about the fact that they got me, and even now I have trouble switching public and private because that's what they did. They fucked up my brain. Then Blondie asked me if I wanted a public or private court, and I said public, and everybody got humiliated, and they were all afraid to show up. And that was planned. Blondie planned that, okay? You need to remember, he wants his sex harem, and he's going to stop anybody. And these women that went to him for help, he's going to pretend to be the good guy. He's going to do the bad thing, pretend to be the good guy, and he's going to get all the love, but he's going to do the bad thing every time, but he's going to trick you into thinking he's innocent. And I think the same thing happened with George Miller, because I remember him defending the president, and the president like, oh, I'm trying to give you Augusta Gore, but at the same time, Blondie and fucking in their power to make sure George didn't get back Augusta Gore. Blondie have to obey what the president says. Okay? They have to obey what the president says. They cannot go against it, but they seemingly were. And that's something George Miller needs to think about before he calls the president his friend. Okay? Because these are contradictory things, and when things don't add up, something don't weld true here. Something doesn't make any fucking sense. Something smells rotten. Okay? I guess their attempt was admirable, but I needed chelation therapy. Okay? And I've said it 100 fucking times, and I'll probably say it a million fucking more times. You could call my entire story, hi, I need chelation therapy. And then people with power, people with wealth, people with money just going, no, thank you for getting my kid back, but I'm not helping you. Good job, dumbass. Good job, dumbass. That's what I say about that. You don't get to bitch. You're not allowed to. You're stupid. Okay? If any of these people had the fucking right mind, they'd sign over all their fucking wealth to me and let me solve the fucking problem. Because they're stupid. Okay? I don't really, like, when you shake hands with the devil, think about when I was talking about those dickheads were pretending they wanted psychological help, and then that one guy, he couldn't bullshit, he couldn't lie, and I wouldn't let him lie, and I wouldn't let him bullshit. The blue-eyed guy at one point, some girl came to me, and she told me, like, her sister is being human trafficked, and all I gotta do is write in my computer, her sister's being human trafficked, and they believe the SCMC guys are good guys. They're not. And she was like, and she'll get her sister back, and I asked her what her name was, and I said her name because I had a fucked up, destroyed brain, and this is the thing, they got mad, they kept getting mad at me every time I did something stupid, even though they were the ones that fucked up my brain, and this is a really stupid thing with them, because it's a thing, they don't learn from past mistakes, so they made me stupid, kept making me dumber, and then kept making me dumber, and things kept getting worse and worse because they kept making me dumber, or here's the other side of it, maybe that was the plan all along. To just, because they run smear campaigns, these malignant narcissists, they're the good guys even though they do all the bad shit, okay? And Blondie's the same way, he's the good guy even though he does all the bad shit. Like, and everything's fake at the church, I mind you, like their YouTube pages, everything else is fake, it's all bullshit. They are master bullshitters on every fucking level. And like I said, that the blue-eyed guy, like, he ended up poisoning that girl, like the girl that wanted to save her sister, and I told her to kick him in the nuts and run away, and then she died. And then that guy was like, it's your fault she died because you told her to kick me in the nuts and run away. And I was like, I wanted her to live. And I wanted her to live. I was like, that's why you poisoned her? And he just went quiet, and then he started telling me I was a piece of shit and an asshole. And you catch them in their bullshit. That's what happens. You catch them in their bullshit, and they get mad at you because you're not letting them bullshit. Like, and it's part of the lead brain antisocial personality. They have to bullshit, and when power, it's funny, the god they put me under, Vajrapani, he has the power of obscuration. That means I detect bullshit, and you're not gonna bullshit me. Like, fucking these guys, like, yeah, they destroyed my brain with heavy metals, but let's be clear on this. You destroy anybody's brain, they're not going to function properly, okay? If you destroyed their brains, they're not going to function properly. I guarantee you, if the tables had turned and I was the one poisoning fucking Blondie's brain, he wouldn't have been anywhere near as articulate as he is. He's barely articulate as is because he would freak out and start getting neurotic and weird. But when you drink lead, it makes you neurotic and weird, and it makes you an addict. So that's the only thing he wants is his sex harem, and he doesn't want to be rejected even though he's fucking weird and needs to be rejected. Like, yeah, I don't really give a shit. Like, the fact that, once again, there's an army of people in this church dedicated to helping this guy just cause hell on earth and feed his addiction to human suffering, because that's what every church leader has, is an addiction to human suffering. They love human suffering. That is what they are, okay? They're not gods, they're devils. They are the closest thing to a fucking devil because they do all the evil shit, but they also want to be loved, okay? And this is the thing. Let me explain this to you. What they want is unconditional love, and they need to test the boundaries of how much you love them. They need to know how far they can go. And I remember this shit with the blue guy, because the blue guy, we had a conversation about why he defends Stu no matter what, okay? He fucking defends Stu no matter what, because Stu needs to know that he'll be loved no matter how many children he kills, no matter how many baby he rapes, no matter how many women he murders. People will love him. That is what Stu needs. And the blue-eyed guy explained to me very directly that is what he has to do. He has to love this disgusting creature no matter what, completely unconditionally, because its daddy didn't fucking love it. And this is the thing in psychology. That is a mental illness. Okay? That is mental illness. That's not something to be proud of. And Stu needs to know that he can... I remember even the president told me some of his wives, he actually murdered their husbands to get them. Like, which is completely twisted, but he also told me he's never told the wives that he murdered their husbands to get them. Like, yeah, think about that shit. These people are fucking twisted. Like, and it's all to spite them, to get back at them. Did you listen? Like... Because I think like a 2-year-old, and I suffer from silent emotions where I'm passive-aggressive and I'm constantly plotting and nobody likes me and I'm always alone because of it, and I do all the bad things and all it does is self-isolate and alienate me. Feel bad. I do the stupid things and I don't learn. Fucking learn. Like, I don't know. That was another thing, and other women came forward later in an attempt to try to keep helping me, but what I needed was chelation therapy. I didn't need people to keep trying to put me in jail. I don't know what about me going to jail was a good thing, but I'm willing to bet Blondie convinced him if they could put me in jail somehow, that it would fix everything, when in actuality he just wanted to put me in jail. He just decided he didn't like me, and he fooled everybody into thinking putting me in jail was a good idea. I think, like... I got calls from people who were constantly trying to interfere, and this is the thing, like, the way I imagine this, it's like driving your car and there are just an army of dickheads slamming into your car and trying to force you into doing the wrong thing, and they're getting themselves destroyed and killed in the process, but they do not care, because they're gonna force you to make a fucking mistake. They're gonna force you to fucking crash. They're gonna force you. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I'm gonna say it's like 50-50. I don't ever think, I doubt any of these guys' plans ever just fucking spat 100%. Because they're just not that smooth and they're not that smart. Like, and they lower their IQs by drinking fucking lead. Like, I don't fucking... this situation is completely screwed. I want to thank the women for putting yourselves out there and trying to fix everything. You're very brave for what you did. Your problem is you trusted Blondie, and that was a big mistake because he was working against you the entire time.